So now we've kind of gone through the main things that my followers, my Facebook people, likers, they all asked. So now there was a few more personal questions that they wanted to ask, such as like, what's your favorite feature of FIFA 12, or what do you think is going to be your favorite?
Wow, wow. I could go proper marketing on this, couldn't I? I could troll out the whole PR press release.
Get the big paper out, read it all.
Yeah. So, okay, I'll just try.
You
and
can
be
only
as
choose one thing.
Personal as I can. One thing, right? Okay. So, I guess it depends how you play the game. So this is how I've been playing the game over the last few weeks and months. And obviously that game's changed quite a lot over that time. But what we tend to do here at the studio, with the people that I sit near, is at the end of the day we'll just go off into our meeting room, which we call the boot room, where we've got a big telly and we just load up FIFA and play at the end of the day. In a non-work sense, we just give it a go, and we play 2-on-2 a lot. Not that that's relevant actually to what I'm about to say, but my favourite feature, I guess, is it's a combination of all the different features working together. But it's the feeling you get of the amount of time you've got on the ball, the ability to do the close control type thing. The difference between FIFA 12 and FIFA 11 in that sense, for me, is really huge, because I can take one of my midfield guys and I can basically just mess around on the ball as long as I want, if the other guy's no good, mainly. But you just get these extra seconds to take these little touches, move around, wait for your players to move around, which, by the way, they do a lot better now, and hold up play. It makes everything feel a lot slower, a lot more methodical. You feel like you're in much better control of exactly what's happening. And that sounds a bit vague, but it's basically the best feature of FIFA 12 is when you are on the ball with a guy and you don't know what to do.
All right, okay. So it's like it just seems more, because like watching the gameplay, it just seems like you have a lot more time. You can actually take it more tactically instead of it's spazzing on the A button, hoping that you'll eventually make it up to the last third to finesse it into the right just from outside the box.
Right. I mean, you can still try and do that if you want, of course. But another way to try and explain this, because I don't think I'm being very clever in the way I'm trying to describe this, is if you looked at a lot of the gameplay videos that came out of Gamescom when we were there, people sticking their phones in front of the tellies and watching each other play on amateur or whatever. I mean, most of those videos were kind of rubbish, and we sort of sat here at the studio with our heads in our hands thinking, why are they all playing like that? It's ridiculous. And the reason for it is that everyone picks up FIFA 12 and they try to play it like FIFA 11. They try to bomb it down the wings. They try to do quick 1-2 passes, ping pong passing or whatever. And that's the mindset. And also they don't get the defending thing yet, so that makes the defending look really awful in these videos. After you've played a few games, though, it starts to click. And the first thing and this is the most satisfying thing to me, which I've just been trying to explain, is what clicks in your head is, oh, hang on, I can actually just hang around with this guy. I can just stay on the ball with this guy for a lot longer than I would have previously, because previously there would have been some guy holding down B and it would have been on me like an exocet. And I wouldn't have that time on the ball to look around the pitch, to see who else was moving around, what runs people were making. You didn't really get to expand your vision beyond the very immediate concern of getting rid of the ball before you lost it. And that's the biggest difference for me, is that you can. It gives you the time to have those thoughts, I guess. And eventually that expands into being a much more strategic, possibly slower, more tactical kind of game. But it feels great to me, and I just hope that when you guys are playing it, you agree. Otherwise, I'll sound like a proper numpty.
Yeah. So I mean, that's one of the things that obviously, like I said, I noticed, and I guess that's one of the things that I'm most looking forward to, is kind of playing the game differently. But I can see when the game first comes out, I can see a lot of people just jumping to the conclusion the game is a piece of trash before they've properly learnt how to play it the way it's meant to be played. So I mean, I feel bad for you, because you could be a punching bag for the first week or two when it comes out.
Oh, we're always a punching bag, year in, year out. That just comes with the territory, unfortunately. But no, it will be interesting to see how people react in that first launch week, actually, because It's always, when you've got a game that's an iterative annual thing like FIFA, it's always quite dangerous to mess with things because people are very familiar, and if you deviate too far from an established formula, then you really are risking people saying bad things about you because they don't take the time to learn. We know that there's a lot of people out there who go out and buy FIFA and only ever play it once.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I say a lot of people. It's a very small percentage of the total, but there are people that actually do that. They'll go and buy the game, they'll put the disc in, and then they'll never put it in again. And you think, well, why on earth would they do that? That's completely weird. And it's those sort of people that we're a bit worried about because we think, well, they're not going to give it the time. So you've got to give it the time.
Yeah, exactly. So